Good afternoon and welcome to Liverpool Live. My name is Nafi Rensing.
I'm Adam Jackson Wright.
Our top stories today. The number of students with mental health issues has been on the rise according to research from the Inside Network and Dig In.
Protesters in Liverpool demanded equal rights for women as they took to the streets on International Women's Day.
Cultural and political achievements of women.
And Liverpool City Council have approved plans for Liverpool FC to host more music events.
It's understood a teacher at Liverpool School of English is being tested for the coronavirus. This follows on from a top surgeon at Aintree Hospital being diagnosed with the virus just yesterday. This possible diagnosis would bring the total number of cases in Liverpool to 5.
Mental health problems among students has been rising by 5% each year since 2017, according to research by Inside Network and Dig In. Nearly 80% of those students hid their symptoms from family and friends because they were too afraid. Our reporter Mia Watson-Hart has more.
A day, and I left. I just stopped studying, and I just like went home, and I was like, I had to tell my family, and they were like, "There's nothing wrong with you." But it's scary because it took like one lecturer to, like, make me realise that something was wrong.
How did you feel at that time? How did you?
When they asked me what was going on.
Yeah, what were you like in classes and stuff like that?
I wasn't really a person. I was like existing. I just came to uni to get the attendance. I didn't come to do any work. Didn't want to get out of bed. Like, it used to take me like 3 hours to get on the train just to come to uni. This was before I drove everything. And I just used to sit in the train station and be like, I can't do it. I can't get on the train. But then I used to get on, then be scared to come into uni because I hadn't done any work. So if anyone asks, it's just like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, why? Like, being so defensive about it.
Were you in?
Denial. So much denial. When I went to the doctors, it took me like 3 weeks to make a doctor's appointment. Because I was so scared that he was going to be like, there's so much wrong with you. And I just didn't want to accept that there was so much wrong. Because the lecturer who I spoke to couldn't ring home, and like I wouldn't have told anyone at home if it wasn't for like me having that realisation with my lecturer.
I think we just have to be aware of the issues. I think there's no question in my mind that the changing in the fee regime will have had an impact. Students are now aware of how much university is costing them. Some of them are self-financing, some of them are working to support themselves. There's far more pressure to get a good job at the end of it. I think for many people, university used to be seen as their 3 years of enjoying education before they got a job. Now it's all about the employability. That puts a stress on. And I think also, I wouldn't lay everything at the door of social media, but there is a pressure now to have a perfect life.
Mia Watson-Hart for Liverpool Life.
Liverpool City Council today have approved a planning application that allows Liverpool FC to continue hosting music events throughout the whole of June. Groups such as Take That and Bon Jovi played at Anfield in 2018, but it's not yet known who could be visiting next summer. This news comes shortly after the second consultation phase ended for Liverpool's plans to extend the Anfield Road stand, increasing the stadium capacity by 7,000.
A new scheme to regenerate Liverpool's Cabin Quarter, Whitechapel and Williamson Square has been greenlit by the City Council. Ewan Burns has more.
This new scheme aims to improve gateways to these areas and really push Liverpool's key role in the history of contemporary music. It's a plan that's focused on the daytime, moving away from more nightclubs and bars. Cabin director John Keats believes the area should be the jewel in Liverpool's crown.
I think it's trying to make the whole area more family friendly, more multi-use, and it's such a key area for, this should be the jewel in the crown when the visitors are coming here, and frankly it's not. And it's a battle that we've been here many years. We've been involved in various committees over the years to try and improve the area. So this scheme is looking at the whole area, including Williamson Square, and trying to make a link between the two, make a cultural link, it's absolutely positive, without a doubt.
Liverpool's musical heritage is now worth more than £19 million a year. Ewan Burns, Liverpool Life.
Hundreds of people in Liverpool celebrated International Women's Day as they took to the street as part of a women's strike. Our reporter Rihanna Smith has more.
International Women's Day is a global celebration of the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women. This year's theme was Each for Equal, and hundreds of people of all ages and genders took to Liverpool streets to march for women's rights. The vibrant event saw feminists protest against a male-dominated society to the rhythm of Liverpool Katoomba Club's drums. Participants included socialist groups, Yemeni poet Amina Atiq, members of Extinction Rebellion, and many more. Kim Johnson, the newly elected MP for Liverpool Riverside, also came to show her support for women everywhere.
I've come here today because as a newly elected MP, woman MP and first black MP, I think it's only right that I support causes that are dear to my heart, and equality and gender equality is very important. I think it's also worth recognising how far we've come as a movement, but just how far we still need to go.
The event was organised by Liverpool Sisterhood, a collective founded by migrant women who promote feminist social activism. Kezia Davis, a member of the group, explained what people could do every day to support women.
If there's other marches and strikes going on throughout the year, which they do happen, obviously on a much smaller scale, keep an eye out for them. Just day-to-day things, if you're a man, if you're a cisgender man, to be an ally, let women speak, platform them, don't speak over them. Please don't do that, that needs to stop happening. If you're a woman, just try and speak up for yourself, support the women around you, really fight for what you believe in and fight for what you need.
Highlighted issues included violence towards women, austerity cuts to women's services, reproductive rights, unpaid labour and the gender pay gap. Rihanna Smith, Liverpool Life.
It's the 5th anniversary of the Slow Down for Bobby campaign. The road safety campaign started after 6-year-old Bobby Calleran was hit by a van in West Derby in 2014. Our reporter Robbie Robinson has been talking to Bobby's mom about the impact of the campaign.
You've been really vocal in your campaign about road safety for children. Do you feel that the charity has made a big impact on road safety since the accident?
Almost definitely. We've had lots of feedback where there's been accidents, similar to Bobby's, but obviously not fatal. Because people are more aware of, that they're by a school and they're taking more care. The main aim for us is the awareness on the day of, the road safety and donate. And what we say is if everyone donated £1, there's a lot of people in Liverpool, it makes such a massive difference to us.
Sky Sports came to Liverpool John Moores University to inspire Merseyside's high school girls to pursue careers in sports journalism. Although we have seen many female faces presenting sports over the years, only 1 in 10 sports journalism students are female. The teenage schoolgirls spent their day learning about TV presenting from Sky Sport expert Bella Shah, as well as recording podcasts, live blogging, hashtagging and much more. Maybe they'll be able to present Liverpool Live soon.
And now to Robbie with the sports.
Thanks, Nafi. Liverpool head into possibly the biggest game of their season so far tomorrow night as they look to overturn a 1-0 deficit against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League at Anfield. Jurgen Klopp has revealed that his captain, Jordan Henderson, has successfully recovered from an ankle injury to be ready for this game. The goalkeeper, Alisson Becker, who missed the 2-1 win versus Bournemouth on Saturday, seems set to miss this one too. Manchester United's European fixture against LASK is the latest match to be hit by issues relating to coronavirus. The game, along with Borussia Dortmund versus Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona versus Napoli next week, will all be played behind closed doors as a precaution. In horse racing, it's the start of the Cheltenham Festival today, with local trainer Donald McCain entering his horse Navajo Pass in Friday's meeting. Organisers of the 4-day festival have insisted that special measures are in place to keep tens of thousands of attendees safe against coronavirus, including asking jockeys showing symptoms not to race. And Liverpool-born Joe Anderson is riding Mill Green. No, not that Joe Anderson. That Joe Anderson is in Friday's jockey handicap hurdle. And no, like I say, it's a new Joe Anderson. He has started racing 5 years ago and is now one of the rising stars of the sport. And that's all for the sport. Back to you, Nafi.
Thanks, Robbie. And now for the weather. So we can expect light rain showers this afternoon, but the rest of the week is looking a little brighter and we might finally get some sun.
And finally, MenCap, a charity for people with learning disabilities, has been working with local sports providers to help people with disabilities lead a healthy and active lifestyle. Funded by Sport England and the National Lottery, the aim is to be inclusive with a brand new initiative. Our reporter Maëlle Fontaine has more.
MenCap have launched the Round the World Challenge, an initiative that aims to support people with a learning disability to get out and get active. With this new series of sessions, Merseyside is ready to take up a challenge.
So it's all about, for every hour of activity you do, you record it and you get further along through your particular journey that Sport England and MENCAP have made possible. And the more hours you do of sport and physical activity, the further you go along that journey to complete the Round the World Challenge.
These hours of exercise will be used to calculate the distance travelled around the world by participants. Mixing different sports such as cricket, football and bocce, there is a sport for everyone.
The real focus is really just disability sport in general. I quite enjoy it. I think it's a bit underrated sometimes. People don't understand how good it is, because obviously people with disabilities sometimes get left out of things, but when we really come here, everyone mixes together, and it's really good because no one gets left out again and everyone's really involved. So a lot of people need to understand disability sport more, and people obviously could come here and see the things we do. And if they really came here just for a day, maybe they could see a day in the life of a disability player of any sport really.
An inclusive and empowering challenge that connects the community through sports. This was Maya Fontaine reporting for Liverpool Life.
That's all for now. To read more of our stories, you can head to jmujournalism.org. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.